Hi, my name is Aishwarya. Today I am going to explain ABC Volume Trend, which is project number 8. So moving to project, the project name is ABC Call Volume Trend. First of all, I have downloaded the dataset from this call volume trend analysis. After that, this is the raw data which we have downloaded from the given site. So the first task I did was calculated a blank cells, number of blank cells to all the columns. So we only have blank cells, high count blank cells in wrapped by column alone. Others didn't have any null values. So after that, in the first calculator, the blank cells was calculated using a count blank function. After that, the second task I did was calculated as it is we got in here we got a null cell because the abandoned cost in that was not answered by the wrapper by didn't have because of abandoned cost status we don't have the wrapped by cell value. So I have replaced the abandoned null value null cell abandoned named wrapped by cell to the abandoned call. By this I have changed all these, and for answer the agent was the one negative, so I have replaced the null value for answer status as an agent also. So this way I have replaced the null values, and moving to the first task. This is the cleaning process I have done. After that, moving to the data analytics task. The first task is calculating an average call duration. Determine the average duration for of all incoming calls received by agents. This should be calculated for each time bucket. Here my task is to calculate the average duration of calls for each time bucket. So moving to the task one I have taken time bucket, call seconds and call status columns. For the task I have taken time bucket, call status and call seconds, and created a pivot table for it. In existing itself, and clicking on a cell value to display, and here I have moved time bucket to rows and call seconds to values, and change it to average because they have asked for an average duration. So change it to average and call status to filter. So this is the pivot table I have got. For this I have changed the copy the selected these values and format cells. I have done the formatting. This is the pivot table we got, and we can filter the each status of calls. We can select all in this, and we can say the values for each average calls again. For calls it is all. We can change it to answered also. We can select any of these and check the values for the each time bucket. So in this, the answer cost it is, we have found out that the average call second is 199. And after this, we have also created a pivot chart for this. This is the pivot chart we have done got, and done some for some things like adding legends and colors to it, adding access titles also, and title. This is the first task I have done, and I have pasted the steps of screenshot, steps by screenshot. This is the pivot table changes, and this is the cost. It is all for pivot table and pivot chart. Cost it is answered for pivot table and pivot chart. This is the first task. And moving to the second task, we have to calculate a call volume analysis. Visualize the total number of calls received. This should be represented as a graph or chart showing the number of calls against time. Time should be represented in buckets 1 to 2. My task is to create a chart or graph that shows the number of calls received in each time bucket. Moving to the task, for task 2, I have taken customer phone number, time bucket and call seconds, and created a pivot table for it. By selecting all this, inserting a pivot table and taking an existing worksheet and selected a cell to show, and same way moving time bucket to rows and customer to count and call seconds to count. It is shown as sum, so we have to change it to count. So moving it to count. Now sorting these and show value as percentage of total column total, percentage of column total. I have selected the percentage of column total. By this way I have got these values, and for this is the table we have got above also, and added a pivot chart for it also. Adding a pivot chart. We can change it anyone to line. I will change column phone number as line and call seconds to column. Others, call seconds to line with marker, and this as column. This is the chart we have got in above also. This is the percentage of calls received and time bucket. And these are the values. Line with markers as count of customer phone number I have chose, and count of calls against and call and chat. This is the second task I have done and pasted the screenshot for reference. Here table screenshots and pivot chart screenshot also. After that, moving to task 3, which is manpower planning. The current rate of abundance level is approximately 30%. Propose a plan for manpower allocation during each time bucket from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to reduce the abandoned rate to 10. In other words, you need to calculate the minimum number of agents required in the each time bucket to ensure that at least 90 out of 10 100 calls are answered. My task is to calculate the minimum number of agents required in each time bucket to reduce the abandon rate to 10. They have given some assumptions, which is the average an agent work for 6 days a week. On average, each agent takes 4 planning sick leave per month, and an agent's total working hours is 9 hours. Out of that, 1.5 hours are spent for break, which is lunch, snacks, and office. On average, an agent spends 60% of their total actual working hours, which is 60% out of 7.5, on calls with customer or users. The total number of days in a month is 30. Okay, this is the assumption they gave. Moving to the task. For this task, I have taken date and time, duration, call status, and time bucket, and calculated a pivot table. Insert pivot table. Sorry, insert pivot table in an existing object. So selecting the itself to display, and the same way time bucket to rows and call status to count. Sorry, count status to columns. And duration to values. And this is the table we got here. Column labels and comment of call status. Okay, and after that we have taken these steps from the assumptions which they gave. The total work hours is 9 and the break they gave is 1.5 hours. The actual working hour is 7.5 and the occupancy is 60%. 9 hours 1.5 and 60%. After that, the total working seconds. The total working seconds is I have calculated this by multiplying 0.6 into the actual working hours into 3600. I got this as the total working seconds, and after that we got average call time for agent in task 1, which is average call and answer is 199. We got by this task 1. So the average call time is 199. Call capacity of an agent per day is 81. How we got is some dividing total working seconds by average call time. After that, call capacity of an agent per hour. How we calculate this? We by calculating by dividing call capacity of an agent per day divided by 4.5. So we got 18. This is the second step. After this, the third step I did was taking these values and copy pasting here, and we got time bucket, and this is abandoned calls for 23 days and answered calls for 23 days and the total for 23 days. Abandoned answer and total. This is for 23 days. Then we are calculating it for per day. So how we get for abandoned per day? Abandoned calls per day. So we'll be we'll be dividing by abandoned and divided by total. 23, sorry. Abandoned divided by 23. The same way we got all these, and for answered per day, for answered calls we will be taking answered per 23 days, answered calls for 23 days divided by 23, and the same way for calculating it for total also. Total divided by 23. We will be getting these values, and after this we have to calculate the abandoned percentage. Abandoned percentage is calculated by dividing abandoned day, abandoned call per day by total per day. We'll be dividing these two and getting the abandoned percentage. After this, I have calculated a number of cells required to be answered to make abandoned percentage up to 10 percentage. They told to reduce it to 10 percentage, so we will be using this. After calculating abandoned percentage, for getting this reduced to 10 percentage, we calculate it by using total into 90. Total days, total per day into 90 percentage. Multiplying it, we got the answers. The same way we will be getting for all these time brackets also. The next step I did was I have taken time bucket, answered per day and the agent needed. How to calculate the agent needed? Agent need. I have calculated the agent needed by dividing the answer per day by 18. So we will got the agent needed values for each time bucket. After this, calculated number of calls to be answered per day. This is calculated by answer into 90 percentage. So we got the answer for number of calls to be answered per day. After this, we calculated the agent required to achieve the updated target. So this will get the total number of calls to be answered per day divided by 18. So we got this table, and as reference with this table we can create a line chart for this. And we'll be taking an agent needed and agent required to achieve in a line with marker. We'll be using line chart for this and using the line with marker option. So we'll be getting this chart. This is the task 3 which I have done and pasted the screenshot for reference also. And moving on to the last task, which is task 4. We go to calculate the night shift manpower planning. Customers also call ABC insurance company at night but don't get an answer because there are no agents available. This creates a poor customer experience. Assume that for every 100 calls that customers make between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., they can also make 30 calls at night between 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. The distribution of these 30 calls is as follows. Propose a manpower plan for each time bucket throughout the day. Set the maximum abandoned rate to at 10. So we have the assumptions for this, and they have given the distribution table also. And moving on to the task. For task 4, I have taken time bucket and number of calls to be answered on the previous task itself. So I have taken this time bucket and number of calls to be answered. We got this table by and the previous one by copying the previous one. By this, we get to know that total sales on an average per day is 3,260 some this value. And after this, for calculating average per night, we can take the time bucket which was given in the task itself, which is assumption. I can take this time buckets and the distribution of calls which they give. After that, we have to calculate a percentage for it by dividing each cell to the total. We'll get the percentage for each time buckets. After this, we'll be calculating for calls per night. It to be number of answer call to means per night. So for this, I have calculated. I have taken this 960, which is an assumption of average night, I have calculated this B14, which is average call per day into 30 percentage. So we got the average per night as this value. So for this calculating calls per night, I have taken this average per night into percentage. We'll be getting these values, and for manpower required, how to calculate that is by dividing calls per night by 18. I have divided calls per night by 18, so I have and got these manpower are required for these time buckets for each time bucket. After this, I have calculated a chart also, a line chart. For this, they have asked for total shift 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Uh, manpower required. So after calculating all these, I have taken the I have taken the calculated time bucket and the manpower required for the whole time and created a chart for it as manpower required title. This is time packets in x-axis and values. Manpower as line with markers, line chart. Created as it using a line chart. This is the task I have done. Thank you.